Hey guys, Anthony here. It is Monday, April 29th, 2024. Just was organizing the van this weekend. Actually, for the last couple of days, I've just been going through, changing some winter stuff out for, spring and summer gear, cleaning stuff out, organizing. It's an ongoing process. Those of you that change over your vehicles or make sure you have what you need in your vehicles, that it's always a work in progress, and you're always doing something based on the seasons. And so I just thought I'd make a quick video showing you guys the van, how it's set up right now. I've got I just turned the refrigerator on. I haven't been using it, but it stays in here. This is a Dometic CFX 40, I believe is the model number. I have videos on this, and it could either be a refrigerator or a freezer. It's not both. And so probably gonna hear my dogs barking in a second. So that stays tethered in here right at the side door, so if I'm cooking outside I could reach in, grab what I need, and it always stays here. Back behind the passenger seat I have my gear bag or little MOLLE set up there. I've done videos on that. It's got some medical gear. I could put more stuff on it, but it's always there for organization. And then back behind the driver's seat, I've got some lacrosse water boots. I've got some work boots or hiking boots by Salomon right there. Got to get a new pair. I've got the Lifesaver jerry can that's filled with water. That'll also filter water up to 20,000 liters. Will make it potable to drink, wash, clean, whatever. There's a window tinty thing that stops the sun from coming in the windshield. There's a little camping chair behind there. There's two different sun hats I have. And then this little thing on top here, there's actually a hole cut into the shelf, and that drains down into like a bucket. That's like a little homemade sink. The bucket sits back in there, and I'm not using it for that now, but I can. All I have to do is, this is a bag with toiletries in it I always carry. This is a dromedary bag. You could fill with water, clean water, hang it, and then drain it, let it drip. You could also turn it into like a water bladder to drink. I carry all the attachments for the Lifesaver, including the shower attachment. It's all in here, replacement stuff. It's all in this little zippered bag in the sink here. That's the sink drain right there. And these are just some drinking water emergency packets I have in here. So water, water, water. You always hear me talk about that, because without it, you're probably not going to go very far or get to where you're going. So that's a little sink, and when it's not used as a sink, it's a little organization area. Down at the bottom here, this heavy-duty stackable storage tote. I just drilled up a shelf on it. I did a video on that probably over a year ago. I've got the Jackery 1000. That's operating a 12-volt fan right now that I have here when I'm laying on the bed right here, which I was a second ago. The fan blows air onto me. I've got a solar light right here that does the job. I've got a little 4-way plug set there that if I have shore power outside the van, I have a hookup for shore power that'll activate it, and I could plug in some items there if I have shore power. If I don't have shore power, I just use the Jackery Explorer 1000 if I have to plug anything in, just like it is now. And then just some zip ties, some rags, sport utility blankets / shelter, some extra garbage bags, little organization thing by my driver's seat there, just so stuff doesn't go flopping around. Knee pads, filtered water ready to drink that's got a straw in it. I could just pick it up while I'm driving and drink it. Ham radio, some salt. I use these little ice cream things, these Talenti gelato things for little stuff. There's a 4-way key in there for water, access water. And up front just a few things in there. There's an antenna in that other Talenti bin. There's some maps, a RFID blocker for my phone, cups here, my phone holder, stuff over each visor, storage, sunglasses, van information, registration, all that kind of stuff. Just try to keep it super organized. The battery under the bed is powering the refrigerator, and it's also powering an LED light if I need it. That's hanging right on that bar. That's a Goal Zero light. Has 2 settings, high and low, and does an excellent job of giving me light when I'm sitting back here on the bed or doing anything in the back. Back here alongside the refrigerator, I've got some paper towel, I've got a fire extinguisher, a machete, a cold steel shovel, a bin full of medical over-the-counter meds right there hanging up, light stick. My bug out bag is right there, like kind of wedged into the corner. That's a Camelback mother load. That's just been updated, so that's ready to go. That stays in here with me. I've got a zip tote here with clothing in it and a Italian wool blanket with all kinds of clothing, socks, underwear, some shirts, some pants, stuff like that. That always stays in the van. Without opening the back doors, in this bin here, this tote bin, is my whole entire camp kitchen with utensils and stove and fuel and all that kind of stuff, dishes, tarps, everything needed to cook or set up a kitchen. Just carry that. I can come in and out. That's a Maxpedition Aggressor Attaché right here. I don't know if you can see it too good. Maybe I'll go around the back and show you. They've got a lot of solar gear in there. A lot of my pamphlets with the how-to information is stored in there. That tote there, that clear tote, has food. That's just a pullover sweater for if it's cold. There's a Snug Pack sleeping bag right there, rolled up. A little grab bar I keep up here. So I've always had it there. I could hang stuff on it, a wet, damp towel. I could grab it if I'm on the bed. And if I was going to sleep, all I have to do is move the clothing here, move the bug out bag, and I got the whole access to the mattress. And then under the mattress, I could lift up the wood here and access the underside here, for which I just have an air pump that hooks to the battery for air in the tires. Back here in this little nook, I have a jumper. I've also got jumper cables in the back with some other tools. I'll show you that. But everything up here in the the hangout area or the passenger area is it's roomy. Got the double doors open right there so you could see. It's roomy, it's easily accessible. Just give you a pan here so you could see. The only thing I haven't added yet that I'm going to add is my Thetford toilet that I have set up in its own little holder. That usually goes right in here somewhere. I'll make room for it and get it in here and do an updated video so you guys can see it. That toilet has its own water supply, battery, it could flush. You guys have seen them, they're camping toilets. It's a Thetford Curve, it's a famous one. And so that'll be added in here. Above here I have the awning, the ARB awning. This comes out 8 or 10 feet, I forget. And you could set the poles on it at an angle, flat, whatever you want. And then I have a full-size tent that zips into it that I could carry on board here if I wanted to. I may load it into the underside in the back here and start carrying it. That gives me this whole area where I'm standing out here, would give me another sleeping area, like an 8x8 or 8x10 sleeping area outside the van, with a heavy-duty tent, which met with mesh screening and all that. And I've got videos on that on my channel. So let's take a look at the top. You guys know I have a 100-watt solar panel powering the battery under the bed. I may upgrade that or change that around to a I may remove everything, put about 400 watts on the roof, and just wire it in to hook directly to my Bluetti AC 200P, which would give me 2,000 watts. It's got a built-in solar controller, so I could just run the MC4 connectors from the solar panels and connect them right to the Bluetti. I may end up doing that and just eliminate the battery under the bed. I've seen a lot of people doing that. This bin here has got different water shoes, kayak shoes, socks, Crocs, different ties and things like that related to the van. And that's my food that's in here, including MREs, an emergency 48-hour food supply right there. This is another shot of the Maxpedition Aggressor Attaché. This thing is the bomb. I've had it for years and I use it for multiple different things. Just some tools, extension cords, jumper cables. This is the end of the tote that's out here. Again, those little stackable bins in the back have the kitchen in it with utensils and soaps and knives, forks, spoons. My stove is there, just a single burner stove, so it's all ready to go. I would just pull it out and set it up. And then I have a Husky tool box with different things in it, mostly tools and different prepper items in the drawers, matches, things for towing, things for towing the RV, everything like that. There's some more tools under the bed. I can't lift it up right now to show you. There is other things related to towing and stuff like that. And on the right side here is stuff for tire, flat tire, and all that. But that's the looking in the back doors, excuse me, of the van. And so that's just a quick tour of the van. I wanted to show you guys today, just to give you an idea of what's on board. Again, when I'm standing out here, I could grab, you know, that Mora knife. I usually set up my cooking right out here on a little table or snack tray or whatever. Sometimes I just put the stove right on top of the fridge here on a board, a wooden board, and I'll cook right here if it's windy, or I'll cook inside the van. But just before I close the video, hey, I'd like to talk about when you have a good battery backup like the Jackery Explorer here, the 1000, or my new Bluetti 2000 watt battery. I could run electric appliances, and I have a tea kettle, I have a stove, I have a few things that are electric that run with no problem on the Jackery and with no problem on the Bluetti. So if you were inside the van and it was bad weather, you didn't want to light the stove, I just plug in with the electric and can heat up water, boil water, cook something on the stove top with the electric griddle. So you've got options, and that's what I wanted to stress, that getting one of these batteries is paramount for van life or overlanding or camping, car camping, etc. Based on your mission. Like the 1000 is a little bit smaller, easier to carry day to day, but if I was going on an extended tour or trip, I would take the Bluetti 2000 watt unit with me with some foldable solar panels to keep it topped off. But that's why I was thinking of making it charge from the roof with solar panels, so if I'm driving I could just top it off while I'm driving and keep it hooked up with the solar panels on the roof. So I may look into that. I'll see. I have the panels, but I may want to keep them off the van so I could take them mobile and put them anywhere. But with all the talk that's going on now with you know, the grid going down, or power outages, or civil unrest, or targeting, you know, evil forces targeting our grids, sabotaging water supplies, stuff like that, and the FBI warning us over and over again, it would behoove you to have something like a Lifesaver jerry can that could literally will save the life of you and your family, because water is number one. You could gather water from a lake, a stream with that and make it potable without doing anything to it, just putting it in there and filtering it through. Lifesaver is an understatement. So that's the video today. Again, the fridge was only on for a few minutes. It's already at 48 degrees. The Dometic refrigerator. This thing is definitely another lifesaver. It's a great little fridge. We travel, we stock it up, and then we have stuff on the road. We don't have to stop and go into these seedy roadside places and buy stuff. We stock it before we leave, and we can just pull over at a rest stop, or my wife gets up and opens it up, gets the stuff out, and comes back up and prepares it. So we've got a good system down. But again, you could duplicate this in a smaller SUV. It's just going to be set up different. You're sleeping the way you sleep and store stuff. You just have more room in a van, but just showing you the options that you do have. And a lot of people like these update videos because as the season changes, they like to see what other people are doing. And I've got the dogs out here with me. Usually if they're with me camping or something, I could hook their leashes right on here. I've always had that on there, and they could sit around and hang out. But that's my video today. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Again, my system's always evolving. This is a nice setup though, I like it. And I'll keep it like this for a while. Alright, the only thing I'm gonna add probably this summer, and it's a whole nother video, is the stand-up AC unit, and pipe it out one of the windows there, make a little template. That way I could have AC if I'm hardwired in, or even run it on the Bluetti for a short time anyway, on the Bluetti, and keep cool in here in the hot weather here in South Carolina, North South Carolina area. So that's the video today on the van setup. Anthony signing off. Take care. Stay ready.